over time, when you're in a class, you're going to have seminar groups which are much smaller. Say maybe there could be six to eight,
Six,
maybe
eight. Aye.
6 to 8 people, and it's generally in a small room. It could even be in the lecturer's office if he's got a kind of large
Aye.
office. And of course, this does get your face known, it gets your voice known, it gets your name known by your lecturer. Because when you're in the lecturer hall, um, there could be, there could be tons of you. So he's not going to get to know you, or she's not going to get to know you there. It's going to be your seminars and your tutorials where you get to know each other and um,
Classmates.
your classmates on like a deeper, more personal level. And I also think being a more mature student, you probably have more to say. You probably have a wee bit more confidence than the younger ones who've just came from high school. Because I felt there was a lot of awkward silences in seminars and tutorials where the lecturer or professor would throw out a question. And of course, if I think I can contribute to something, I will answer. But I will always be quiet if I've already answered and let someone else have a shot to answer. And then sometimes there would be times when no one else is answering. So therefore I have to jump in because I'm not going to leave the guy hanging or the woman hanging.
Aye.
And then I think they appreciate that. And that's also going to help build your relationships and get you sort of more well known within the faculty. And I do think that helps as you progress with your uni career and you need them for maybe references, things like that.
I would to add further take on from what you're saying there, Kerry. I actually, out of the entire experience of going to university, I found the seminars brilliant, right? I think you actually learn more, or as much at least, during your seminars as you do from the reading and within the lectures, etc. And I was like yourself, particularly to start with. I actually had to say to a couple of my lecturers after the kind of tutorial, look, especially first year, because people, a lot of the younger ones were just, as you said, like a kind of tumbleweed sort of kind of thing. And I would kind of give it so long, and then I would go, right. And I would interject and I would say something, and I'd say, look, I'm not trying to kind of steal anybody's thunder. And at the same time, I don't want it to be where some of them have kind of got accustomed to, well, if I don't say nothing, Ken will basically pipe up in a minute or two anyway, kind of thing. And he'll do that. And they were like, no, look, don't worry about that, because quite often I would start off, I would kind of break the ice, I think, so to speak. And my question would then spur another couple of questions from other people in the class. So as long as I had kind of basically got the thumbs up, if you like, from the lecturer, that I wasn't intentionally trying to kind of steal limelight or to basically hog the floor, so to speak. That it's just this, when there is this kind of silence or reluctance to actually kind of put yourself forward to speak, that I'm going to basically be kind of putting myself into that position, and I will try and kind of rein myself in as much as I can. But what I actually found was, yeah, the first couple of seminars, because obviously, I mean, some seminar groups are brilliant, other ones are a bit more frustrating because you just don't get the same sort of participation with some of the people, shall we say. But by so doing, I actually kind of encouraged others to then start getting more involved. And there was some brilliant round robin discussions and ideas getting bounced off each other about various kind of bits and bobs, which I mean, I love the seminars. I would even drag myself into them if I was feeling garbage, sort of kind of thing, you know what I mean? Because I really did enjoy them. I got so much from the seminars. And again, as you're saying there, that's when your lecturers are actually there as well. So, they can get to put questions to you directly, reference something that you've kind of said that might make you kind of then go, right, oh, hold on, right, a reassessment here, blah. And then, it's something that they've kind of brought to, or that's been brought up about the subject that you're studying that particular week, that kind of takes a number of people off on a slightly different course discussing a certain aspect of whatever the reading is that week. And I found that brilliant. I really, really did.